Hi guys, okay, so a quick little video. Online I'm a member of various different gardening groups, little forums and allotment groups, and because of my job and what I do, I get asked quite a lot of questions. And I was asked a question this morning by somebody who said that their seedlings that they planted have gone leggy. Leggy is a gardening term, horticultural term, and it basically means this. It's happened to me too. Okay, these are courgettes, and as you can see, the stems have gone way too long. They look droopy, don't they? It don't look right. And what's basically happened is, because of the warm weather, they've bolted. They weren't getting enough light, so they've rushed to grow, and it's left their stalks way too long for the container that they're in. It looks pretty sad. Okay, but we can solve this problem. Okay, the first thing you do is not panic. Never panic. Play it cool. What we need to do, okay, is we need to transfer these seedlings into a bigger container, and I've done that here. Look, previously on one there. Okay. Now I'm in the shade. There's a very good reason why I'm in the shade. I'll explain that as I go. Okay. But what I've done is, instead of using a container, that was an old stock pot that I got out of the bins from the canteen in college. And this, what I'm using here, is a bag. You know, one of these bags for life, these bigger bags that you get from the supermarkets. Okay, I've got a few of these spare, and these will do. It's a temporary home for these seedlings. Not going to grow in here. I'm going to be moving them on into the garden a bit later on. Okay, but for now, to solve this problem of them being, what was it? Being leggy? Yep. I'm going to plant them in this bag in a much deeper set of soil. Okay. I'll put a photograph of the soil that they're in a bit later on. It's seedling and cutting soil. Any soil will do. It's just a temporary home, really. And what I'm going to do is I've taken the seedling out of the pot that they were in. They were in this pot. Okay, so you can see that they were way too long for that pot. Okay. And all I'm going to do is dig a big hole. Let me zoom in. Let me see if I can do this. Getting good at this. Okay, hopefully you can see this. I'm going to zoom in and I'm going to dig a hole big enough, deep enough to bury this seedling right up to its neck. Can you see that? Hope you can. Now, like I said, I'm in the shade. Okay, I'm in the shade for a very good reason. When you transplant seedlings, okay, on a hot day, you need to do it in the shade, because they're going to get a little bit of root shock. They're going to be a bit uncomfortable. It's all a bit weird for them to move from one home to another and suddenly get thrust neck deep into soil. It's a bit of a shock for them. So the last thing they need to do is to be baked in the sun at the same time. So always transplant your seedlings when you can in the shade. Now, if you're transplanting them into the garden, okay, where you can't get shade, if you can shade them if they're in full sun, that would be good. Otherwise, try and pick the time of day that you do it. Do it kind of late in the evening or very, very early in the mornings. Just that, not in the middle of the day when the sun is at its hottest, because they are babies after all, and we need to treat them as such. Okay, so I'm going to plant all of these into here, and I'll probably put a photograph of it up when it's all completed and done. So that's the way you can solve leggy seedlings. Okay, is to plant them on into another container, into deeper soil, and get rid of some of that leggy stem. Okay, hopefully that's helpful. Some of you might have seedlings, if they haven't been getting enough light, or if it's been too hot, they might be looking a little bit leggy. Maybe you could try that. Ta-da for now.